Tell me
You know what, Joyanne, before you get to the next question, I just want to underline, we have to tell our stories. I have to share with you, I was on an interview the other day with a school board in Ontario. I've done quite a bit of interviews. And the interviewer asked me, what books am I reading now? And I know they wanted, as usual, to provide, the people with choice of books you're reading. And I said to them, which I thought was quite a powerful moment for myself, because I didn't rehearse, to response. And I said to him, I'm reading anything Black. Black joy. And I particularly said Black joy, Black love, Black stories, Black grandma, Black mama, Black papa, Black kids, Black games, Black food, Black fashion. When I started talking to him, I realized how much we lack our Black stories, and our Caribbean stories are how much they're lacking in certain spaces, dominant spaces. And even when we bring them to spaces, we bring them with such deficit. So I said to them, I'm not trying to tell a story of the hunter. I want to tell a story of the lion. And so it's been amazing trying to do that.
Yeah. And that really is where you want to go with your research, to own it, to feel it, and to know that it reaches and touches others. But what kind of challenges have you faced in doing research?
The challenge is time. So 2 challenges. And I must be honest, I have found answers to them. I can safely say that. Okay. So the 2 challenges is, number 1, time. And the next one is what we just talked about, telling the stories I want to tell. I was asked by a professor 2 years ago, he said, are you publishing? Are you writing? And I said to him, yes, I am. But I said to him, but I'm very particular. So I'm not pushing out genuine, not just pushing out all the tons of research because I need tenure at any place. And I'm being very frank, I am not doing that. I am writing stories that I want to write. I want to do research that people can access. I want to write accessible, and I want to conduct accessible research. I want to tell the stories of, there's so many stories that need to be told. Right now I'm telling stories about LGBTQ Jamaicans, and I'm telling them in ways that have never been told in our Caribbean, because we talk about, LGBTQ people in deficit. I am telling stories in a different light. So that's number 1. I'm getting to, the challenge was telling the stories how I want to, and I'm excited to hear about other Caribbean, ways, and I want to learn that. I'm going to get involved in that. I can guarantee you it's going to happen. And the second one is time. And what I've realized, like anything else, you have to set aside structured time to do research. Structured time to read, structured time to write, structured time to collect data, structured time to analyze data, structured time to discuss data with colleagues and with other people. It's not going to just drop in your lap. You have to set structured time. So that's a big challenge for me, but I can safely say I'm working at the fix, and I'm very happy.
I'm glad to hear you talk about the challenge in a positive way, because for beginning researchers who are burdened with teaching and service and research, the quick fix to say is, well, I don't have the time. But I remember a mentor very early in my career saying that to me, that you've got to find the time. And it made so much of a difference. Once I embarked on that journey, that was it. One last question, because, we can go on for about 20 hours.
You know what? We're going to definitely, Joya, we're going to definitely have to have a part 2.
Okay. No problem.
When we have gone to other people, we're going to circle back and have a part 2.
We'll definitely have a part 2.
We need this. We need this.
Yes.
Thank you.
I know that you were given advice. You had given some advice to novice researchers.
Yes.
What advice would you give? Because, and before you give the advice, I want you to talk about, you said I am not interested about publications and pushing them out. Could you, for the audience, explain your unique situation? Because there's somebody there who's sitting in a university who thinks, what,
Yes.
is he crazy? And then if you could speak to why doing research that is of interest to you really propels you forward.
Yes, thank you. So my situation is unique, right? I am not a full-time faculty at any university. I am a trained trained teacher. So I am a school teacher, and I'm always proud when I walk into any research conference and everybody there are professors around, and I can introduce myself as a school teacher. So I'm a school teacher, but I also am an adjunct professor. So I do have a good title. I'm an adjunct professor for Queen's University. I'm an adjunct professor at University of Toronto. And so I am doing quite a bit of stuff, and I've created my own research space. Because remember now, because I'm not full-time at any university, I don't get research support. Right. So I don't get that support. So the truth is, when you see persons like myself, and I know for you also, Joyanne, when we turn up to conferences, people don't realize the work that goes into paying for our conferences ourselves. And we don't get conference money. We don't travel on conference travel grants. We don't get these big research grants. We don't get them. We absolutely don't. And so we have carved out our research with the word passion. And that comes to my advice for people. Seek something that you're passionate about, that you can do the work. Because we do this work alongside the other work we have to do. Research is like something on the side of our decks. That term we use a lot. The side of our decks. We have to pull research. We have to pull research from the side of our decks to a center place to get to do research. If we don't pull it to the side of our decks, we don't get to do research. And so for me, it is going to be, the advice is going to be passionate about what you're doing. And you know what? Whether you're faculty, adjunct, tenure or not, if you don't do research that you're passionate about, I don't think you'll pull out good research. Because I have seen research that I call duty research. It reads different. It reads different because you have to produce, because you have to keep tenure. So that's a privilege that we have also. I see it in a positive light, that nobody's forcing us to do research to keep our jobs. Mm-hmm. You get to research from a place of passion. Of course, we want to produce enough research so we have a great body of work, so from our next opportunity, people can see, because the institutions that we want to be a part of full-time, they judge us by these things. Yeah. I remember, and I say this because I say this for the record, I remember getting an amazing opportunity that I would have gotten, and I was told by someone who has the power to say, you know, Dr. Campbell, you just haven't produced the research that the competitors have produced. And I didn't take it in an offensive way. I was fine. And I said to them, you know, I will continue write and I continue to do the research. But I also know that as a person in academia, I am doing an amazing contribution to the field. And I will continue to do amazing contribution to the field. And I think we'll get there. We'll definitely get there. But it's gonna take work. I'm willing to do the work. We're gonna get there. It's gonna take work, and I'm willing to do the work. And the thing I want to leave with the young researchers out there, and the novice, and even the persons who are not novice, but you are struggling. Research is work. Make no bones about it. Research is work. And it's hard to do some of that kind of work just on the side of your decks, but we have done it and we continue to do it. But make no bones about it. Research is work.
Thank you. There's nowhere else we could go. That's perfect ending. You know, research is work, and you just need to make that work enjoyable. Thank you very much, Dr.
Yes.
ABC, Dr. Andrew Campbell, bringing your energy. And I hope we get the opportunity to record another interview. Thank you so much.